I said, another episode of The Crown. That's the sound of the Kings marching to your area, taking over, building a whole new community. All right, let's introduce the team. We got Manhood in the building. We got E.
What's up?
Building. What's good, fellas?
What's happening? All's well.
Yes, indeed.
How's your day going? How's your week going? How's everything?
Man, it's going well. Go ahead.
My week is my week, baby. It's amazing considering you still got to deal with whatever comes up, you know?
Exactly. That's a fact. What about you, E?
Yeah, every day, man, that I wake up, my first goal is to just look out the window and just see the bright sunshine. And I said, man, thank you, Lord, for another day. And just give me the drive to go out and just be the light to this darkness world. So that's just what I do every day, man. Yesterday I started boxing training. Just want to, be able to just up my game, in the physical ability. So, I started that yesterday.
That's what's up, man. You might have to throw some training classes out there.
Oh, I got some skills now. I don't like fighting. I don't like fighting. I just like the training.
Oh, I like fighting. I love it. What about you, man?
Everything good, man. We're about to start the football season up in Connecticut. Actually start the first game next week. Opening game next week on Friday, but we got one more scrimmage that we're going to be getting into on tomorrow. So next Friday is our first regular season game, and this Friday we have our season, our preseason. So we getting ready, we getting it in,
That's what's up. That's what's up, bro.
Yeah, school's starting. I'm about to get more stressed because of these damn high school kids.
I believe it.
So yeah, we getting it. We getting into it, man. For sure.
Glad you fellas are doing well this week, man. I'm surviving like usual. That's how I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna say I'm surviving. That's what we're gonna do. Keep it that way.
Jenny Morena. Who that?
Shout out to Jenny Morena.
Jen.
So I know the thumbnail said LLCs today, but we're gonna put that aside, and it's gonna be like we're gonna discuss this, of which I've titled a show tomorrow, which is called "Say Hello to the Bad Simp," going down the rabbit hole of men who, we'll just leave it at that. So today we're going to discuss it a little bit and like what's a simp and basically go from there. What you think, fellas?
All right.
Man being a simp. So we did give the slight discussion on before we started about what a simp could be, or what a simp is, what people see simps as. Someone who panders and does everything for his woman and she walks all over him kind of thing. Really just like kind of using, it's not an equal opportunity thing going on or anything like that compared to what he needs in a relationship. So basically I was going to go talk about myself tomorrow, but I want to ask you guys, I'm going to leave that for tomorrow. I want to ask you guys, have you ever, when you were younger, in a situation of being a simp due to that type of definition that we're giving out right there? Like use and abuse this guy that like she already knew it. She knew she was using it and you didn't know it until later on.
Yeah, you can go.
Go ahead, man.
I guess it's been a couple times. It's been probably before 25. It's been certain things I'll be like, damn, I did all this shit for this person. And then you be like, and waste of time and energy, and believe me, at that point, when you're a young man, you way more fiery. But I'm gonna give it until like I'm gonna give 21-year-old manhood. 21-year-old manhood. I see I'm getting played. it's time to, go haywire, But again, you go through this, you go through the cycle and stuff like that. So I'm gonna say about maybe 2 times in my entire young adult life and throughout the teenage years as well in high school. It's been about 2 or 3. It was so beautiful. We grew up with in the 90s, 80s, whatever, with real good music made you want to do everything for a woman.
True indeed, man.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that. Like, all the music we listen to is like, get that woman, can't tell that woman, bend on knees and all that stuff.
Make her happy, make her happy. And like I say, now the 42-year-old manhood, you make I believe in making the right woman happy. A lot of the, trying to make the right woman happy. But it ain't gonna don't hurt your brain. But it's not a lot of our women in this society, even our men, they don't want to be happy. See, that's the thing. You have to know how to surface all those people. But everybody don't teach you that, especially when you're, especially in the Black community. We taught to value the woman probably more than we taught to value ourselves, if you ask me. Any type of woman too, not no church going woman, not no woman that's going to like hold you down, just any type. I can't speak for all you guys, but I know the way I grew up anyway.
So before E goes, I just looked it up, and I'm gonna read out the definition. I'm gonna share it right now. All right. I don't know if y'all can see that. I'm trying to blow it up. Boom. Simp. Simp is an internet slang term describing someone who shows excessive sympathy and attention towards another person. Typically, someone who does not reciprocate the same feelings in pursuit of affection or a sexual relationship. It's an Urban Dictionary. Well, the Urban Dictionary defines a simp as someone who does way too much for a person they like. All right. So now that we have that, definition right there.
We probably gonna keep on having to bring that up. Bring that to verify what we're saying.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cut it. So you're go ahead.
Hey, as I look at that definition, I'm glad you brought that definition up. It kind of make me think of I don't know. My version is called love. So when you gave that definition was overly does things for some people. If you put it back up there, because I look at that as one sense, but I look at the way that I was coming up. Let's see, slang terms describing someone who shows excessive sympathy and attention towards another person. Attention towards another person, to me, I took that as I'm wanting to know more about that person. I'm wanting to know her favorite color, her favorite food, what she like, what she doesn't like, and go on to read. Typically, someone who does not reciprocate the same feeling in pursuit of a sexual relationship. Define what that means, because I'm a little lost with that part.
What part are you talking about?
Typically, who does not reciprocate.
Someone does not reciprocate the same feelings in pursuit of affection. So, all right.
Meaning someone who has attention towards me.
Yeah. So say you're the one that is like bleeding all over the woman. You're loving on her, affection. She's like, yeah. She's taking all what you got in, but she's not reciprocating any type of what you're putting out there.
Okay, I got it. You can take that down now. But I never been in I don't think I ever been in y'all may call me the choir boy, whatever case may be, but I don't think I ever been in a relationship like that.
Yeah.
I've been in a relationship where, the person knew me and I knew them. And it was like, if we wasn't complimenting one another, I wasn't having it. I mean, all the way from middle school to now, I don't think I ever been in a situation where I just gave and gave and gave and didn't get nothing back, because you know, that's a weird feeling to have, to love someone totally and do everything for them, and you don't get anything back. To me, that's not a relationship. And I'm gonna tell you, if simp is what people are doing, I don't think it's the person. Like, say for instance, a man is giving a woman everything that she needs and not getting the attention back. I don't think it's the woman's fault, and vice versa. I really don't think it's her fault. It's his fault because he's the one that put himself in that position, and to him it must be okay. So I don't feel sorry for him in that circumstance, because if she let him know right off the top, this is who I am. I'm going to use you. You're going to give me this, and you're going to give me that.
But that's not in there where she lets him know. It's just you can pretty much tell. She doesn't let him know when it comes. Well,
he doesn't want to find out. Then he doesn't want to find out.
He wants it so bad that he don't want to lose it, that he was willing to do anything and let her treat him any type of way.
Then I blame him. I still blame him.
I would blame him too. I definitely blame him.
I'm not gonna put myself in that situation. If I'm not happy, then why should I be in that type of situation? You know, I'm sick and tired of happy wife, happy life. No, happy spouse, happy house. I'm so sick and tired of that happy wife, happy life. No, I'm gonna be happy too.
Yep.
All right, let me say something. First of all, when you look at the perspective of a simp or a man that's being manipulated or carried or handled because he's wanting to interact with a young lady, or a young lady wanting to interact with a young man, and they go over an excessive to prove how much they want to date or how much they want to be involved with a person. Understand this. You have to know that you have the potential to maintain the person you're trying to date. You have to know in your heart and in your mind that she has some type of desire for you, or he has some type of desire for you. It doesn't have to be on a level of intimacy or any of that. But let's just be real. We have so many people out here trying to date beyond where they're at that you can't even maintain who you're really trying to date. And that's where we have a lot of problems at, because people are creating problems for themselves in the era or the arena of, you knew you couldn't maintain, or you might win the woman, but you never really thought you had her. So you going over and beyond to keep what you already felt like you never had. You understand
that situation?
Huh?
Have you ever been in that situation?
I've been in that situation before. And this is the thing. Like with me, I'm a realist. Once I see that your potential or your perspective of me is not where it need to be, I get out, because for the simple fact is that I know I'm like I'm a lover. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know how to maintain women. I know how to win women. I'm well-rounded with understanding who women are and how things go. You understand what I'm saying? So
but I don't think that would be a simp though. Like if you seen it, if you see it happening and you going away, you're like, I'm not putting up with that and leaving, you wouldn't be considered a simp because you stopped it in its tracks. But if it's an ongoing thing, you allow it to happen, it's a consistent basis. That's what really makes you a simp.
I'm gonna say this. It depends on how great your desire is, because there are women and people that I've desired on that level that I pursue to the perspective. Do I achieve my long-term goal? Of course, because of the type of guy that I am. You understand?
Right. But that would, like I'm saying, that's eliminating. I understand what they're supposed to do, but I'm talking about, like, have you ever been the simp? Like, explain your simp.
Yeah, I've been clowned. Yeah, I've been clowned. Yeah. To me, that's being clowned, because a woman is really manipulating you for a great life, or to maintain or obtain different assets, or different things from you, have you paying bills, have you buying groceries, have you taking care of her kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are women and people out here that does that. Yeah. You know, some people live for that. It's some women out here now that say, hey, if you can't do nothing for me, it ain't even no need of conversation. So first of all, you know, you got to be mindful of what you're dealing with. Sometimes we put ourselves in predicaments that we knew better than getting into to start with.
I don't think we knew better. From the society that we live in, I don't really believe that we really know better until a certain age, until a certain mentor teaching us, until a, you know, that's like a father. I think it's like a father. Yeah, I think it's like a father.
Hold on, let me say this. I understand where you're coming from that perspective, but guess what? Have you ever heard of, like, per se, the good angel and the bad angel, or the good your conscious? Yeah. All right, let's look at it from the conscious perspective. The very first time you ever go out on a date with a chick, God let you know if that joker ain't no good for you to start with. But you be looking, and they be looking so good, you be like, God, I got
paying attention.
Yeah, man.
It ain't nothing to talk about. You see what I'm saying? And when you go out there, God be already warned you, but you hear what you want to hear, and you doing what you want to do, and it creates problems for you in the future. There have been a million times that God show up and say, hey, boy, that ain't the one for you. This ain't what I am. A lot of people are trying to act like they never heard that voice. Even when you smoke your first cigarette, people will show up and say, man, I ain't hear God telling me not to smoke that cigarette. First time you ever got booty, you hear that voice say, now you know that ain't right. But you'll sit there and act like you ain't heard the voice. Then you'll hear that other voice. Man, all your friends doing it. You understand what I'm saying?
But then you hear that other voice. She looks so damn good.
You see it. The girl be looking so good, or the guy be looking so good, you refuse to hear God, or you refuse to hear your conscience telling you that joker won't no good for you to start with.
You be doing just like this. I can't hear you, God. I can't hear you, God.
Like, damn, look at that booty, God.
Don't you see how she look? Don't you see how she look, God?
Right. But hey, you can still be in the way you talk it is that you be in a lustful type of mindset. You can still be in a lustful mindset. Get doing what you're doing, knowing the situation you're in. Like, again, when you deal with women from New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, when you're dealing with women that's more of a feminine mindset, feminist mindset, you're dealing with women that want to be more like us. They want to be a man. That's just real. DC,
I hear that.
PA. You dealing with that, so you can be in that lustful mindset. You know, this woman, she want to treat me like she want to, do whatever. I don't think she really like me, but I'm gonna get mine and I'm gonna leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? And I don't give a damn if you from the South, from the Midwest, from the West Coast, the East Coast. You that type of dude that we gonna be that type of dude. You don't have to be a simp when you do that. I'm gonna get mine. And then sometimes you'll probably fall for it because you think, oh, damn, it seems like she's good with it. And then all of a sudden it turns out to not be that good as you thought it was. You know what I'm saying? But people get that. People like, all right, I know she bad for me, Lord. I know she bad for me, little man on my shoulder. But I'm going to beat that up and then I'm going to leave her alone.
I'm interested to know, for those of you who have been in that type of relationship or situation, how long did it last before you decide to realize this is not for you? Because I can tell you up front, if I ever notice that, I can tell you that it's probably not holding on no more than a year or two, because it's so toxic. It's gonna result in a bad situation, is what I see it what I see happening, or that person going to feel like, yeah, you're not getting reciprocated, but at the same time, somebody owns somebody. Somebody is controlling somebody.
Yeah.
Either the person who's getting is doing the controlling, although the person with the whatever desire, emotional, physical, whatever case may be, is the one giving. Yeah. That person's not really in control. And when you don't have that type of control, when you in a situation where you sitting by yourself and you like, man, I ain't getting the better end of the stick. I'm the one that's giving. Man, I feel bad. Heck no, she gonna give me something, or whatever case might be, or vice versa. How long have you been in that situation for those, or if you know anyone that's been in that type of situation, how long have you been in that situation?
I can answer for myself. To be honest with you, I probably was about 35, 36 years old. And I was
in yesterday.
Huh?
No, I'm just messing.
Yes.
Honestly, I feel like this, right?
Hold on, let him finish. Let him finish. Go ahead.
When I was about 35, 36 years old, it was a situation I was in. And it took me like, man, we was from September to like November. I was like, no, hell no. I know where this going. You know, so I'm talking about September to November, December. It was a done deal. And then
2 or 3 months.
Yeah, 2 or 3 months. When I was younger, when I told you, it took me about 5 or 6 months. And I've been saying, I was, no later than a year, I'm going to say. And I'll be like, no. I said, but one thing of growing up with a lot of women, and especially aggressive type of women that try to take charge. I grew up in that paradigm. I saw it, and my grandmother taught me, hey, that might not be for you. It was a lot easier than a man would say, yo, she fine. Like, let's say my father would say, like, I didn't grow up with my father, but he would say stuff like this because he was a lustful man. He still is a lustful man today. He was a lustful man, so he said, that girl bad. You better get that. You know what I'm saying? You better get that. But my grandmother, she got the game. She grew up in the 70s, 60s, 70s. She got that game. Like, she said, no, no, I don't like that for you, boy. She's a good girl. I like her. She can style, profile, whatever, but that's not for you, son. So I understood that because my grandmother and aunts was realist. They baby boomers, so they was realist. They saw it. They was dancing. They was partying in the 60s and 70s, and they knew a fast woman from a mile away because they was fast.
We all know that.
So that's how they knew it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So it's even as a young manhood, I understood that this woman is not for me. Within
about 5 months. About 5 months.
Yeah, about 5 months.
So what's that, church?
I'm gonna say this. It's different because, like, with me, my level of dominance and the guy that I am, what I pursue, I'm getting. You see what I'm saying? Like, so it's different for me than versus you and being raised by your grandmother and all that. Like, I grew up with a mom that didn't even teach me and tell me about the birds and the bees or none of that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I didn't grow up with a dad in the home, but guess what? I grew up with I grew up with some real productive men around me. And what I'm saying is their level of integrity, their level of dominance and who they were and the level of potential that they walked in, it grew. When I was growing, it made me feel like I was somebody. And I wasn't even groomed and developed, but I began to walk in that level of potential and knew who I was before it was my time. So when my time came, it was a simple thing for me to walk in my position of authority and dominance. It was like this. When I show up on the scene, no matter who it was, the women wanted me just as much as I wanted them. You understand? It was never a simp type situation for me.
But you said you was in that position for a look.
One time with one girl. And let me tell you something.
How long was that?
This girl was surrounding me so bad I'm talking about she giving all my little friends around me the booty and all of this and that. You understand? One time I remember she acted like she was gonna let me eat the booty and put it in my face. You understand what I'm about? Like keeping it in the bed. If we keeping it real, we gonna keep it real, right? Yeah.
Yes, keep it real, baby.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
But it was in that incident
that
I learned I would never let anybody simp me, punk me, intimidate me, belittle me, daggone manipulate or disrespect my level of character and the man that I was. So I don't endure or deal with that. You understand what I'm saying?
That's why I say it can become very toxic.
Even the super freaks and the baddest, finest hoes that was in my community when I was growing up. If you didn't want me back then, if you didn't pay me no mind back then, you can't show up trying to give me no booty in 2022.
Gator don't play no shit. You feel me? Gator never been about that. Never been about playing no shit.
Never been about that. Gator don't play. I'm serious. Like, I'm real emotional about that because
hey, Terrell.
K Boogie.
You understand? You understand what I'm saying? Like, I really went through some serious stuff when that girl did that to me.
But how long were you in that relationship?
It wasn't even a relationship. It was a community ship.
Well, you said you was in a simp for a little bit. I'm saying, how long were you in that?
No, I'm talking about like I was desiring this particular chick, but it was like a community ship. So it was like a community simp type ship with this particular thing. You understand? And I wound up the clown in the midst of all of it. And I just promised myself.
Before we go, I wanted to chime in on Jenny Moreno, what she said.
Oh yeah.
I want to chime in what she said though. She says, "Do you need me to? No. Do you need me to think simp?" She was kind of. Okay, I get it. She's talking about how do you think R&B era reinforced the simp culture?
It kept it moving. Motown. Motown. I don't know. Motown, I believe it was kind of shaky.
I don't know what Motown actually did because that was way before my time.
And all that came in, like it was all okay. You know what I mean? That's when the simping is like really went hardcore. But it was also a different era where there's a lot of women who appreciated the shit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
In the era that I was, like I said, I was the ultimate romantic simp back in the day, bro. I'm telling you, that's why I brought it up. Like this shit is crazy. But you know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking about it, it was like the era of being that type of simp was kind of appreciated. That's why you kept doing it. You know what I mean? I don't know about getting pooted in the face, but I'm not hearing that. That would have been a karate chop to the asshole. But being a simp in that era was totally different. It made you want to keep like doing that for a woman. But when it gets to the point where you are doing it so much, you realize that that's just your comfortability now. And she's like, "Oh, I'm just using all. I don't give a fuck." You know what I mean? He loves me. I'm gonna just be sexy in front of him, and that's all he like desires was her sexiness, being blinded by how he was being used. You know what I'm saying?
Like a situation that I talked about before we got on, like what's his name? Russell Wilson. His situation. Right. He told people he afraid to lose Sierra. He just got like $164 million guaranteed contract. It's worth $264 million. He got $164 million guaranteed. It's crazy. I don't understand why he's afraid to lose it. Is he afraid it because he's thinking maybe his mindset is something else? But let's say his mindset is he afraid of losing her because he loves it dearly, or is he afraid of losing her because of the she gonna take half of that if she ever want to leave? And marriage, especially for the millenniums and Generation Z, the divorce rate is like 75%, 80%. So you have to, like, did he mean that way of afraid? It could have been anything. So I don't understand a man in this day and age, what's going on all over in this society, will be afraid to lose somebody like her and didn't understand that before he married this person. Like, it's like you cannot, and then even with like and I want to let the ladies know, even with what's his name? Nick Cannon. And we talked about this last week. You got 10 kids, 8, 9 different baby mothers. That's simping to me. Future, Sierra, other baby daddy. You might be a Pookie and Ray Ray, but you're simping as well. What I mean is simping is that the fact is that all your money is going away because you're creating single mothers.
No, I don't think it's simple. I think that's just I think that's just lesson or sex because we don't know their side of the story. All we know is he's just out there making babies.
Yeah, that is.
So it's kind of hard to call it simping because we don't know that side of the story.
It's just that's a level of lust and a desire to be with these women just because of their beauty, or he feeling like he can make a beautiful baby.
That's simping. That's simping. Look at the definition. Look at the definition. Let's look at the definition.
He ain't really chasing something that he can't have. You got to remember.
It said excessive sympathy and
attention. Someone that does not reciprocate the same feeling. Guess what? You don't know what these women feeling and thinking. These women probably desire him. They already know he a millionaire. They already know he got that potential. So guess what? You can't look at that from a perspective of simping.
And it's
one-dimensional thinking. Like, these women are thinking that you're a millionaire and stuff like that. So you're setting yourself up to ski all in this woman, and now you have to pay for her the $60 billion corporation child support a year, $60 billion corporate that they make from child support. They are like, you have to say to yourself, that is simple because you're not thinking. You're a silly person. You're not.
Where's the over excessive?
There's listen. The Pookie and Ray don't have no sympathy. It says excessive sympathy and
excessive.
They excessively fucking them.
Yeah, he just
they're not giving a fuck about them. That's not simping. They don't.
You can make a baby all one time.
They make a baby, They're not caring. You know what I'm saying?
I think let's go with it.
Yeah, like Jenny said, it's not simping, it's pimping.
A pimp.
Sometimes I don't want pimping.
Just understand this. That's not pimping. Pimping game.
It's more pimping than it is.
They're not gaining money. They're not gaining money. They're not gaining. You're losing money. You're losing wealth.
See, now, here's the thing. This is what you're doing. You are making up a story of what you would think would happen. In these situations, Nick Cannon's not losing no money. That's why he's having babies, because he can take care of them.
Let me keep it real with you, right?
He wants to do that.
Let me keep it real with you. Some of them
women,
women, they might have a baby by that nigga and don't even really chase the money. Just the publicity and the fact that they had a baby by Nick Cannon.
That ain't even simple.
Not these new age women. They chasing the fame.
Just because, let me tell you something. You might be running into all women like that, but all women are not like that, bro. Like right now, I do decent as a man. I got bukus of women chasing me right now. And guess what? It ain't all about money.
Yeah,
I haven't heard bukus in a minute.
If you really believe, that's because of your potential, bro.
If you really believe, what's his name, Future, and what's his name is, and the women that date them is not all about looking for that money and fame, you got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me.
But look at it this way. Look at it this way. You can chase me all you want to. If I stop and want to get caught, then that's my fault.
It says
meaning if I turn around and I give in to those women, I don't think it's the women's fault. It's his fault.
Hold
on. He has avenue. He has different ways of preventing from getting impregnated. So he chooses. He makes the choice to choose to have babies with them. He know the end consequences is going to be, hey, it's a 50-50 chance that a baby is going to come from this situation. He put himself in that situation. I don't care how much a woman chase me all they want to, just like Church said. You can chase somebody all they want to, but I'm not giving in unless I know that I'm willing to take the consequences that comes with that.
So, let's talk about
let's look at it from this perspective.
I want to remind you of what it is. Let me remind you.
Hold on,
what we were trying to prove.
Still got HIV and AIDS
Hold on. Let's not go down that rabbit hole too far. What we're trying to figure out here right now, I want to keep y'all memory on the same topic, is that he's trying to equate that Russell, what's his name?
Nick Cannon
and Russ are the same as Simp'N. That's not Simp'N. What they're doing is not Simp'N. That's what we're trying to do right now.
It's not.
It's not. In pursuit of affection or sexual relationships. In pursuit of affection or sexual relationships.
No, what's the first part though?
You got to do the whole goddamn.
Let me really get you.
No, because you can't skip that part because it says over.
Yeah, because you gotta. Hold on. Let me get y'all down here. So, simp is an internet slang. Just to let y'all know. Slang describing someone who shows excessive sympathy and attention towards another person. Typically, someone who does not reciprocate the same feelings in pursuit of affection or a sexual relationship. So that's absolutely wrong there, manhood.
Yeah, he getting it said.
Are you serious? You just said what
they're not giving a fuck. They're not giving a fuck. They're just having babies, and they're not caring. Listen, they're still all right. Sipping on whose part then? Is it sipping on the female's part or sipping on the guy's part?
It's put it that way. Hey, we talking about the guy situation.
So he's catering to her.
Sipping is not just Russell Wilson.
Hold on. So
it's not just Russell Wilson. That's actually taking care of. Russell Wilson is actually taking care of one woman. Taking care of one woman.
Listen,
they taking care of multiple women for the rest of their lives.
Manhood.
I'm just trying to.
Manhood.
That's simple to me. That's ultimate.
Did you hear me? Number 9.
But they not being suckered to take care of them.
Future being excessive and having sympathy and showing all these chicks attention like that excessively. Each one having a baby with, because it looks like he has baby mamas. He doesn't care.
Nothing.
He's not looking like an asshole.
I agree. He doesn't care, but at the same time, he is the definition of a simp. People call him.
You know what?
People call him a boo pookie, but he is the definition of a simp in pursuit of sex, affection, and sexual relationships.
There's no way that
Boogie, I know how you are. This
you're
ain't
not
hilarious.
listening.
This is facts.
So listen, you're taking away the reciprocation part, bro. You're taking away the reciprocation part.
Yeah, they don't know these.
One person. They're doing the same thing. What do you think they're there? They want the sex too.
He don't know these women like that. It's a woman right now. One of the women that's like 3 or 4 of them on Future's thing. They're trying to get way more money than they're supposed to get, and more than likely they probably will get if he gain more status, more income.
That has to do with what the state law is. That got to do with the state law. That ain't the law of the female
but
to
I'm
go out
saying
there.
that you put yourself. A simp is making bad decisions. Is what I'm saying. They making bad decisions. Those are making bad decisions.
Do you make bad decisions right now?
Making bad decisions. We live
Yeah,
in
which is
$60 billion corporation of child support a year, not 6 years, not 2 months, not 2 years, a year. $60 billion corporations tell me that they're making bad decisions. You're creating single mothers. And you create a dynamic. Okay, how much money you got?
No.
What is he, a billionaire?
No. Let's back up. Let's not look at child support as being a form of something that is something negative. Because in the Bible, God said, replenish the earth. You have to replenish the earth. Now, what we do after the child is born is a decision not of the child, but of the man and the woman. So we can't blame child support as billion and all this as a way of, it is something that came from Simp'N or whatever case may be. It's just a bad decision between a relationship.
I'm still stuck on this thing being like simp. How do you equate that being simping, bro?
Because it's
Russell Wilson.
It's a definition of it.
Russell Wilson is married.
Right, so
for him to love his wife, I don't know how we can
with Future.
I'm saying Nick Cannon and Future is more of a simp.
You said simp.
Russell Wilson, because Russell Wilson is actually taking care of one woman, being as though she might have made.
How's that simple? He married to her.
No, that's why. Hey, as a matter of fact, you know why it's simping? So we want to bring it to we're going to bring it to Russell right now.
Yeah, how's it simping? Okay,
we're going to bring it to Russell right now. The reason why it's simping to me and the definition of it, it's like the definition with Nick Cannon and all of them. The definition with Russell Wilson is the fact that he is doing all this for somebody that might not deserve it because she had a baby with a man that wasn't qualified to actually be a father. And she's making it. Yeah, let's be honest. That wasn't qualified to be the father he's supposed to be. Before. And he could have been with anybody. He's a rich dude. He could have went with a woman that lived in freaking somewhere in the boondocks of North Carolina. Great woman. Right. Great woman. But he went with a woman that was an industry woman. A woman that been with many industry men.
Let me ask you this question. Are you the same person 5 years ago?
No, I'm not.
Exactly. So how are we to blame Sierra for being the same person because she had a baby by someone who we didn't think she should be with? How are we going to put her in that same box as though she's that same person? Why couldn't Russell look at her as someone who's different?
No, I got. Hold up. In that situation right there. Hold up. In that situation right there. At first, they were good. I didn't consider him as a simp. You know what I'm saying? He's taking care of his woman, whatever, they're married. But then when she went back on the net, started twerking her ass, not respecting her man, that's now I'm thinking he's simping because he's not sticking up for himself. Like, bitch, get the fuck off the internet, twerking your ass. You know what I'm saying? At some point, at some age, a woman has to be like, yo, let's listen. I'm married with a man. This is not proper. You know what I mean? I know I started off that way, but he doesn't have the balls to be like, woman, get your ass off the net. You know what I'm saying? And she's not respecting him on the net. How you gonna say him?
And that's the problem. Right. We cheer women, especially in our community. We cheer women that got a concubine Jezebel nature. We cheer them on to do whatever they want, even if they married or not. It's you, girl. Hey, what I heard today, somebody said, yeah, you do your thing, girl. It's empowerment. It's empowerment to be a Jezebel even when you freaking married.
But I don't think it was her fault. I don't think it was her fault. I think it's his fault because he's the one that pursued her then. if that's the case, if he accepted her for who she was.
But that's what they would call simping.
He accepted her baggage.
That's what they would be called simping.
I don't look at her as being the negative one, the one that get the worst end of the stick. He knew what he was getting into. Somebody said he left his wife for Sierra. He left his wife for Sierra. So if he left his wife for Sierra, then who's at fault? That's him. I don't blame her.
Yeah, I don't know if he left his wife for Sierra is a fact. Maybe it is. I'm not for sure. I never got that actual, like, I never looked it up, whatever. Maybe he did, yo. We put the church to sleep. Yo, but real talk.
Can we get someone say amen? Amen. Amen.
No, Chris was just back there thinking.
He thinking. But just like you said, I agree with you, Eric. This is mostly the man's fault. Like, for not being having that 3-dimensional mindset to understand his awareness of who is around him. You know what I'm saying? He might have been taught by a father. He grew up with his father. I think his father was a single father. I think his mother died years ago, and his father raised him.
Yeah.
He might have grew up with a father that will worship a woman no matter what. Yeah. She beautiful. She can do whatever. And we got men that we got men in our community that will do that. That will worship a woman no matter what. You know what I'm saying?
But you also have to look.
Do you think
you also have to look at this situation? Anytime you have two people that are really famous, they are celebrities, and they link up, is it really love, or is it a soap opera where, man, we two celebrities, let's get together, let's see what that seemed like? Because to me, it's not. Most of those relationships don't last long. When you catch two celebrities linking up, they don't last long, because it's all about, okay, he got money, she got money, or she got fame, she in the light. Oh, she's very popular, he's very popular. Let's link up because we two very popular people. Let's see what that works out to be, versus falling or growing in love. That's growing in lust and trying to see what comes from that. So I don't think most of them are true relationships. No way. I think I
don't think so either. I agree.
In the viewer's eyes, I think most of them are trying to see how long they can be popular in the viewer's eyes, so they can get all this publicity.
It's a relationship.
I agree, but the mindset, the way Russell Wilson was raised, he's a church-going man. He literally do everything is God first. That's why I hate when people call him, but I got to be real. I feel like he's a simp, but I kind of hate that I say that.
Because raised and your actions are two different things.
Say it again.
You're raised and what you portray based on your actions is two different things.
But
I can go to church all day growing up, but doesn't mean my actions line up with the way that I was raised. Yeah. Sometimes you hear about preachers' children is the one, they can't wait to get away from that environment to see what life is really about. And then when they figure out what life is really about, then they can learn from their own mistakes. But they're gonna touch that stove a little bit while it's hot just to feel it a little bit.
All right, let's read this real quick. Aren't we supposed to represent our spouses out there in the world? What image is Sierra representing to the masses as a spouse, as a spouse to Russell? Now,
I don't know their relationship, so I can't.
Well, some of us watch the news, and all I'm saying is this: I said at first it looked like, first of all, yes, they called him a simp because he's picking up baggage. You know what I'm saying? When he can have every opportunity in the world to have another woman that's way higher class than Sierra is, but people have their own choices of who they pick. You know what I'm saying? And I believe that he pursued her. Now, they get married, and it seems like she's got a level head and she's on track and shit like that. Next thing you know, Instagram, bang, she twerking. A lot of women are saying, hey, let her be who she is. That's how she started. as an excuse for her being a married woman, knowing that he picked up your baggage, woman. You should be falling in.
But y'all got to be mindful.
Not disrespect your man like that.
Hold on. It doesn't, like E said, it doesn't matter what kind of background you came from.
No.
Y'all can't speak on what that man like and how he wants his woman to act.
She brought her background to the foreground, bro.
It don't matter about your background, baby.
But you don't understand
this.
Her
background matters a lot to me. It matters a lot to me. It matters a lot to me, your background. Like in the case of
I said when they first started.
But it might not matter to him. Let me tell you.
Yeah, I'm saying he's a spiritual man.
Let me give you an example. Can I give you an example?
Yes, sir.
I started going to church and got saved at 7 years old. I sold crack for 25 years after that. You understand what I'm saying? And guess what? I ushered. I was a junior steward. I was the vice president over the youth conference. Spoke at church conventions, all kind of stuff. Guess what? If I went based on my background, I would have never left the church and went into the streets. I would have never left the church and went into the world and did drugs, sniffed powder, smoked coke, run women, live crazy, cutting up. Let me tell you something. Some niggas like a freak, dog. Some of these preacher kids like freaks. Don't get it twisted. Just because they feel like he's a simp because of how he responded to the stuff she doing. If he ain't speaking on it publicly or making it known, you can't speak if the man like it or not.
Then he's accepting it.
Yes, we can, because you know what? As
he might be liking it.
I'm looking at you, church. I'm looking at you right now. Hold up. I'm
speaking on it.
Listen, I'm looking at you right now. I'm looking at your chain online. I can talk about your chain. Why? Because your chain is online, and I'm able to see it. So everybody else, so we can discuss your chain. Sierra's ass is twerking on Instagram, which is social media. We have every right to say, Russell Simmons, what the fuck is your problem for having your wife twerking in public? We all
matter, but he might not care.
Hold up. We all like our freaks. But if we marry our freak, we want that freak to be in the bed, not on social media.
Everybody, hey, guess what though? He might be one that get off on her doing that.
Guess what?
That's a simp.
And you know what?
The man might get off on her doing that.
What's the problem nowadays, church?
Okay, let me say this.
The problem nowadays with now, church, that women are all over the gram. It's easier for them to twerk their ass, so men can be all over them. Now they have multiple options, and they're not. What's the point of having your ass as a grown fucking woman?
Can I say this?
You married on fucking social media, church. What do you mean, bro? And we talking church too. We talking church.
Okay,
as a church man, you want your wife on social media?
Listen, man. All right, unapologetic manhood. Last week, he just went public and said, "Yo, I love a polygamous relationship. Am I going to let just anybody come into my circle? No, I'm not. But guess what? At the end of the day, he made it clear because he didn't care about the people in the world knowing. Guess what? By him allowing her to do that, just because he's not voicing his opinion, doesn't mean that he's not sitting back loving it.
But I voiced my opinion.
He's sitting back jacking off, looking at her on TV. He might get off on that. You can't say what's going on in that situation.
Right. Look at it this way. Everybody don't view marriage the same way.
Exactly.
Especially marriage.
Especially millennial women.
What we look at as marriage, it has changed. It got different.
Right now, my wife ain't having it. All right? My wife ain't having it. It ain't going to be now another woman, nothing. This millennial stuff, you might have 2-3 women living in your house.
Yeah. So in other words,
and you married.
In other words, he's accepting who she is, and he's okay with
he's
that.
Loving her for that.
If so, it will come to a point in their marriage where it's known that they having some type of difference. But he may be okay with what she's doing.
Hey, E, I know how to kill all this. I know how to kill all this.
How many guys went down the drain? How many guys that went down the drain for liking these lustful ass women? How many guys that went down the drain? Hey, let's look at Tyrese. He gotta pay what they say, 15, 20K? And then look at Tyrese. Like this happens a lot. It happens a whole lot.
Oh, whose fault is it?
With a woman that, I'm doing this for my man. Oh, she's doing it for me. No, she ain't doing it just for him. Not these women. And I hate when other women try to promote that. So you're telling me that you want your son, or you want your nephew or what have you to be with a woman that's out there, that's empowered to be that type of woman? Are you kidding me? Like, this is
if he
someone 100K having 100K followers. I don't want a woman having 100K followers and men coming into it, because these westernized women did them. These westernized women don't have no type of ability to be like, hold on. I got it here.
Ecclesiastes, right? Ecclesiastes 5:5 says, if thou vowest a vow unto God, it's better to pay it than to say you've made an error. Wherefore God has no pleasure in fools, right?
Right.
When you get married, you vow vows unto God, right? When you get married, you vow to God, you vow to the spouse that you're marrying in the face of the company. And you saying, God, regardless of their situation, regardless of their circumstance, I'm willing to go through it all and love her in spite of her imperfections, in spite of her faults, in spite of her flaws. I'm willing to endure every situation, regardless of what it is. Now that's what you do when you get married. When you vow those vows, you telling God, hey God, I'm willing to take her regardless of whatever shows up. And now you was talking about him being this church man, right? Maybe he's looking at it from that perspective. You can't speak on it and say how the man is looking at it.
Savage.
Savage.
Put what K Boogie put. Savage, put what K Boogie just put. Tyrese lost his soul and mind. Put that.
Lost his soul and mind.
It's his fault.
Wait.
It's his fault.
You're absolutely right.
It's his fault for allowing. When a black man loses his soul and mind,
it is his fault.
Good with it. We good with it when he loses soul and mind. When he in the Babylonian mindset, like Mr. Russell Wilson.
Yeah, I need a Babylonian.
We good with it. And then when he all shits and giggles, he's dead. He's done. You know what I'm saying? He's losing all his money. And now they be like, oh, he lost his mind. Whatever. It's whatever. So, black men, if you don't understand, these women, 95% of them are not godly at all, just like the men are not godly at all. You're going to understand that you cannot just be marrying these westernized women like you're doing, because a lot of these women are not worth the trouble. A lot of these women are not worth the trouble.
Let me ask you this question. Do you view Russell and Ciara relationship kind of like Whitney Houston and Barbara Brown?
No.
Yeah. Not even close, man.
Not even close.
But wait.
I mean, if you look at the odd situation,
you know what? She acted a fool with her man on cam. Drug-like. She was not half naked. She was not half naked. She wasn't twerking her pussy with nobody. She was being a drugged up wife with her man. They was acting a fucking fool. That's their relationship online, out in social media, out in public. That's what we saw.
Black man.
Let me ask you guys this. Would you want to go down? Would you want, right, to be flicking through your channels, right, and you see your son's wife on a truck, pussy out? You like this? What? I know you ain't gonna turn, because we men. We're like, God damn, look at that. You know what I'm saying? Would you want that to happen? Yo, son, I just seen your white pussy. Would you want to see your son's what pussy on social media?
I think
Is that respectful to your son?
I think a lot of these people don't even care.
What would you say to your son?
They don't even care about, especially if it's a black boy. They
Hold
don't
up,
even
man.
care
You've been
about
talking a lot. Go ahead.
They don't even care.
You just asked, is it respectful to him?
Do you think it's respectful? Do you think that she would be
respectful? I think it's disrespect, but at the same time, if he accepts that, then it's not disrespect to him. Because
man, the world been accepting it the whole time. Look what happened at these football games. Look what happened at these basketball games. Look at these little dance shows and these dance teams.
Yeah,
it's been happening the whole time. You got children twerking now.
We talking cute. We saying cute.
Everything right now. What are you talking about?
Hey, Savage. Play the
twerk.
Hey,
come on.
I want my my son. I want my
church.
Wait,
hold on, man. So church and E. Y'all telling me
you got people sitting in the games acting like they
y'all telling me because of society today that it's okay for us to accept our wives working on the social goddamn media.
So I didn't say it was okay. I say if the individual
you wouldn't think to be looked at a certain, you wouldn't see yourself at a certain motherfucker if you allow your wife to twerk her ass and pussy on motherfucking social media.
Well, again, I think it's disrespect.
That's a good question.
Like I said, it's disrespect. But when we send our children out there, that's up to them to make those decisions that they make. And more so, most of them are dumb decisions. So what he does, yes, son, hey, how can you allow that? And he's probably looking at daddy. What you mean? How can I allow that? I like that. I accepted that. I'm still with her, and it's okay with me. Yeah, we get argument, but
where you learn that shit from?
Wait. I like that at 21. I like that at 22. I like that at 23, 24.
Where you learn that shit from?
I like that. You're right. I like that. But at the same time, I want my father, being as my father would never do it. I want my uncle to be like, no, manhood, do not. They call me Kaz. Don't do that. This ain't the right one. My grandmother, my aunties, this ain't the right one. Don't do that. I'm looking at it like, you don't know nothing. But as I got older, 25, 26, 27, I'm like, God damn, it was right. 24 even. It was right.
So what's the difference? What's the difference of me saying to say a parent saying to their child, hey, don't go out there and do cocaine or do drugs? What's the difference?
It's the same thing.
I'm saying, but they saying, hey, I can do whatever I want to. This is just me. I accepted this drug, and I'm going to do this drug because I feel good about it. I accepted it, what it does to me, and so forth. So you got to let, still instill in the people that you love, but at the same time, they choose whatever desire they want to have in life. Drugs, women, sluggish women, spiritual women, whatever case may be. You have the choice to choose not to refuse or abuse, but to look up, because God is the only one that can give you the discernment of whether or not that's somebody who should be in your life. So most of the time, we don't want that discernment. We want just what we can have a piece of, and we accept that.
You're going into a spiritual. You're going to a spiritual thing.
Let's put all this shit aside real quick. I want you to picture this, fellas. Picture this. This is your wife.
Yes, she is.
Happily married. This is my pussy.
Put it closer.
That are struggling with these high gas prices. Here we have Sierra and some friends twerking on a Bronco at a gas station, where you will see the ridiculously high gas prices.
That Bronco
and one has to assume the reason they're doing this is to be able to pay for the pump. Let's take a look.
This is your wife now. It's your wife now.
You wanna have fun with me?
Oh, my wife got an ass in the air. Look at my wife showing that.
Well, baby, you should roll with me.
Put the booty in the air.
That's where we're at in America right now. You know, people
That's
gotta
where we're at in America right now.
Does it make you want to go to the strip club?
That's where we at in America right now.
Yo, could
You
you?
know, it could have been a publicity
You know what?
stunt.
And that's exactly what it is, publicity. That's all it is publicity. When you get around a group of people, it causes some people to be influenced by that. And so they say, hey, let's do something crazy, girls. Let's do this video. Did she do it? I thought you were going to show me where she did it by herself or whatever case may be.
Yeah, she got that when she got a bottle on her forehead and she's twerking in the sand.
What's different?
You got a
But at the same time, we can't look at Russell as being innocent.
Nobody ain't looking at him being innocent.
No, they're not. What they're doing is calling him a simp.
We say that he's not getting the good end of the stick, but maybe he is. Maybe that's why he accepted in the marriage. I know I wouldn't. I know I personally wouldn't.
I wouldn't either. I wouldn't either. And that's the point.
Russell,
that's the point. This whole damn thing.
The same thing with Russell. I'm not really seeing Russell as that. I'm seeing him as being disrespected. You know what I'm saying?
Have you heard him voice that? Have you heard him voice that?
I see. Oh my bad. I see. I'm saying you hear me now. I see him. I see him being disrespected. I don't. He said
you don't know.
I don't know.
It's perceived. It's a perception.
Hold on. Let me say this. Let me say this.
And that's why he's perceived.
Let me say this. Your view might be different than his. He might not.
Everybody's view is going to be different from mine.
That's not the point, sir. Everybody don't feel the same way about their lady dancing. Everybody don't feel the same way about their kids dancing.
That's exactly why.
Cheerleaders do the same thing they was just doing. When you go to basketball games, what they do on their football field? What do they have on? What was different that they had on than them kids have on at them football and them basketball games when they be cheering? What was different? What was different? Am I lying? All you gotta do, come go to a Kingston High basketball game. They twerk the same way in basketball games at these high school games.
You putting children. So you putting children in the same direction of a wife. I don't.
You're not.
I think.
You're not getting what I'm saying. You're not understanding what I'm saying.
I'm really trying.
If the world is allowing children to do it, why is it so disrespectful or so bad for the adult to step out there and do it?
Just because the fucking world is upside down now, women are doing whatever, does not mean it's okay to do so.
Even if you let them women come up there, you got people letting their kids dance like that at these games. Dana, what about them dance teams be at them high school games? My wife have said this shouldn't be twerking.
High school girls shouldn't be twerking at all as well. High school girls shouldn't be twerking at all as well.
Tired of stupid shit.
High school girls shouldn't be twerking at all as well.
Yeah,
but especially
we're not saying that it is okay for that to happen.
Why it's okay.
All we saying is no. What church is saying are saying is that it has been accepted. It has been accepted. We're not saying that it's okay. We're saying that it has been accepted by the viewers, by the person who she with. For these kids, he's saying it has been accepted by the community, by the parents, by whoever is at these games, because the parents know that's how it is happening. Meaning that it's accepted. We're not saying that it is respected. It's just accepted. And when you catch Russell accepting his wife to do that, because we don't know, Russell, then that's a part of marriage. That's a part. That's a part of marriage.
I said that. I said this is disrespectful. And right. Amen to the church stand said, "What you talking about? That's the society today. What the fuck? I know it is. It's a problem, though, nigga.
It's a huge problem. That's why this is why we got a 60. We have a 65% divorce rate, and we also have an 80% divorce rate with the millenniums and Generation Zs. The Generation Zs are not even getting married because they mentally stable enough not to get married to all these Jezebels, these concubines, these 304s. You know, they even know better than us.
This is the way we got to look at it. The world is going to continue to be a world of just crazy stuff. I believe personally, unless both of them is on the same page spiritually.
You got to work together. Okay.
If they both on the same page spiritually, then I think they will become.
Hey, can I read that? Can I read that on Savage? He said,
if you work together, that means you got to twerk together. He should be twerking with it too.
Look, these reasons women do this type of stuff is because they know there's a man. I think it's several men. I think it's more than half of men, especially in the black community, who will accept them no matter what. And that's
I keep throwing that word out there. I'm throwing that word out there 1,000 times. Accept. That doesn't mean that they
in the black community, but especially in American society, we got a whole lot of simps in our community. Whole lot.
They're growing rapidly. Go ahead, E.
But I was just saying, we accept.
There's no marriage.
Hey, Boogie, you a jigabell
unless you work together. It's no marriage that'll work. It got to be some give and take in any marriage.
And he's taking it.
Is that their real age?
Say again?
36 and 33, that's their real age right there? Taking advantage of the motherfucker.
36 and 33, you got almost 40-year-old woman still. Yeah. See, this is why. Hey, listen, this is why, and I'm not talking about the whole.
Hey, twerking at 40 is twerking at 40, which is crazy. Okay, but twerking as a married woman in social media, you can twerk with me in the bedroom. We can twerk with me together doing some shit.
So what's the difference? Hold on, help me understand this now.
So who you got people in your bedroom like that?
So look, okay. So let's just say we was in a polygamous relationship, and one of the chicks wanted to twerk while we in there. Is that disrespectful?
You're gonna twerk her ass down. You're gonna sit her ass down.
She twerk when we get home.
The fuck you mean twerk when we got dinner?
We having a threesome right here, right now.
Yes, absolutely.
It's okay. Yes, but it's not okay over here.
In the restaurant. We having a threesome in the restaurant.
You don't know the difference. You don't know the difference from a
turn on. It might have turned them on.
It's only turning on simps and forces. And then when she ready to leave him, and she will be ready to leave him. When she ready to leave him, then shit gonna go haywire. Because most simps and beta males are actually doing the killing, are actually doing the what we call the domestic violence on women. Most simps and beta males are the ones that's actually doing it. Because they put these motherfuckers on pedestal. They put them on pedestal.
Yes, sir. What you gotta say about this? Because this is getting kind of crazy right now. It's okay to twerk in the restaurant now. Because you're in a polygamous relationship.
You talking about the restaurant? You talking on the restaurant with me?
Church, goddamn.
Hey, check, please, baby. Come on, we need this little hooker over here.
Alert! Alert! Churches allow motherfuckers to twerk in a family restaurant where motherfuckers got the baby seat right next to them, and they only playing Italian music. They're twerking Italian music in Olive Garden right next to the baby in the baby seat.
I'm gonna tell you where the change. I'm gonna tell you where the change should come in.
Basketball game. Yeah, it's okay at the basketball game, though. It's okay at the basketball game.
We talk about a married man.
You see the bigger picture. You refuse to see the bigger picture. Open your eyes, Savage. When the last time you been to a basketball game?
Guess what I see? I see twerking in front of little kids.
That ain't twerking.
I see
you telling me that's not twerking?
I see twerking and
is that twerking? Help me out. Help me understand. Is that twerking or not?
If you were scrolling down motherfucking Instagram and all of a sudden you watch, oh, they're at a gas station. Hey, this girl's at the gas station twerking. And you see your wife with a whole bunch of her girls twerking on social media. What the hell are you gonna say?
I'm gonna tell you like this. The main thing to me, the main point is not Sierra doing it to Russell. The main thing for me is by her having kids, how's that gonna look as a woman, as a mother, to go out and do that type of stuff. So to me, that's just as bad just been going it to Russell, because you creating an image. You creating an image that you are saying, hey, to my children, this is acceptable.
It's okay
if you want to do this.
Yep.
It's acceptable, but it's going to be disrespectful. You're going to have a lot of people that disrespect you because of the way that you act, like I acted in public. So to me, that's a maturity thing. That's a maturity thing, knowing when to do some things and when not to do some things. For one, you in the marriage. For two, you have children. For three, just to present yourself as a woman, period, married woman, should be the reason why you shouldn't do it. But because of this world that has publicity, that is based on followers, that is based on the love of money, now it becomes, I'm going to do these things. I'm going to do these things because of the way.
Love, man. Oh, you're yelling out curses right now. You're putting a curse on the station. Lucifer.
I say to my 22-year-old son and my 19-year-old daughter, you can be who you want, but you know how I raised you. If you want to be that type of kid, that type of child that want to be, want to do everything, want to party, want to be quote unquote empowered, being as though empowered today is like just doing whatever, being an agent of chaos. Do all that, please. But you're not going to do it around me. I'm going to love you no matter what, but you're not going to do it around me. If they was those type of individuals.
I made you. It's unacceptable. I don't care what age. If you in social media twerking, I'm spanking you. If you 30,
thank God my daughter ain't twerking on social media.
Yep,
hey, put up the last saying that drunk. Put up the last saying that drunk had about they celebrity kids. About they celebrity kids. I'm gonna comment on that.
Celebrity kids. That was like that was like
two. Go one more up to drunk. Go one more up.
Oh, these celebrity kids, they wipe their tears and with money.
It says, and I'm gonna expound on that. You said no, the other one. The one that just a couple just 4 comments ago. 4 comments ago.
1, 2, the celebrity joint.
Yeah, he said, or they celebrity kids, they'll wipe their tears with money. I don't really know what he meant by that, but I assume what he meant by that is they'll spoil, they'll get over it. But let me tell you what happens to these kids. They get up to the point where they go through some type of psychological, mental that is killing them. Yes, the love of money causes kids to be crazy. And that's not good. Some of them commit suicide. Some of them go through a depression because they got all this love of money, but don't have the love of accepting me or look at me for just being a human being. I'm just a celebrity kid. Yes, I got all the money. I got all the cars. I got all the fame. I got all this. But on the inside, when I'm by myself, yes, I'm crying. That money can't do nothing to help me. But make me happy for a moment. Let me go out and buy this. When I'm back by myself, I'm sad again. So that money is worthless. in that sense.
I just want to say real quick, if you're watching the stream right now, hit the like button, please. Hit that like button. Take your time out right now. Hit that like button.
Let's go, people.
Yo, I think y'all crazy. But
hey, sorry, Russell and Russell and Sierra, we took Simp and gave you the definition.
I don't call him stupid. I'm not gonna call him a simp because I see simp as something.
I don't see him as simp either.
I'm calling him stupid.
Simp making bad decisions.
Pimp.
Simp is accepting the behavior. Simp is accepting the behavior.
No. If they accepted behavior, they wouldn't be making. It's accepted.
I like that. I like that too. The church, you're going down the pimp road about it. Because we can go around the pimp road about it. If she want to twerk, give me the money. You want to be on the net twerking? Give me that money. Every dollar you make off that twerk, that's my ass. Give me that shit. Give me that money. If they want to do that route, I'll go that route. Go ahead. You want to keep shaking your ass? You like that shit? All right, gas station. How much that cost? Give me that.
Hey, Drunk say I agree. Look at Will Smith kids; they all messed up.
All jacked up. Jada did that shit. Well, but you know what? The blame goes on Will too because he allowed it. But there you go. Everybody's blaming on the streets.
Money don't bring you.
At the same time, most people call Will Smith.
Twerking wise.
Most people call Will Smith a simp.
They used to have a show called Twerking Wives, B. On the real. All twerking wives.
What you say, manhood?
Will Smith is simp too. He's a simp.
He became a simp just because of the look he slapped those boys.
We just realized what's up.
In many ways, his woman be on TV like for the last 25 years talking about how she wish she had made babies with Tupac.
Disrespected him. Stop it.
She got her daughter.
Listen,
she got her daughter.
Please,
writing a letter to a dead man that was dead 20 years prior.
Stop! It hurt my soul. It hurt my soul.
You crazy bitch!
I can't be talking about Jada Pinkett, man. I can't fucking do it. I can't do it. I get enraged.
Oh yeah.
What she did, bruh. You know Will Smith. Will Smith was like, yo, like a TV brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, looked up to it. He's doing the right thing. He got his wife. Everybody thinks everything's cool. So you see them kids have ball, have nigga, all types of shit. Where did this come from?
Both of them pansexuals.
Will Smith was looked at like a Denzel Washington. He was looked at like a Denzel Washington. Very, very put together type character. But I bet you he had a lot of darkness behind him.
Being with that woman,
different women. Not just that woman. I can tell you anybody that's out there in the industry where they in movies or whatever case may be, and they touching and feeling on and all this with different women. All that stuff is gonna cloud your mind. It ain't where you is just gonna touch and feel all over a woman, and you think, oh, I'm still a good guy. No,
it's not just that, man. It's not just that, bro. It's not just that.
No, he got a lot of darkness behind him.
All of us deal with it every day. All of us have our own personal stuff that we dealing with on a day-to-day basis.
Oh yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Just because they superstars or movie stars or whatever, guess what?
They doesn't mean they don't feel pain
like us. They feel that thing just like we do.
But they get a little different because they cast a little different.
But one thing, my man LL3 said it. My man LL3 said it best, man. Money don't buy me happiness, but I wouldn't mind crying in the Lambo. Huh?
I wouldn't mind soaking in the Lambo. But I probably wouldn't even fit in the Lambo. So fuck that goddamn Lambo. So I don't think I fit in the Lambo. But yeah, man. Yeah. Plain and simple is y'all motherfuckers around here simping. And I don't know if we
Simp then. If that's what you want to do, simp then.
If that's what you want to do, yes. But that's exactly what we said to all the twerking ass ladies out there. And look at the world now. But look at the world right now. All right. So when we say silence is compliance, I learned this at a job that I learned how to do like business structure, all that shit. The job that taught me all that, they told me that silence is compliance. So if you allow the bullshit, a lot more bullshit gonna come to your table. Plain and simple.
Yep.
And you see it every day. Watch the domino effect. Let some bullshit go by you that you know you should have checked. And watch how it grows. And then that bullshit's gonna turn around and try to grow on you. Yep. And they say, you know, what the fuck I allowed to happen?
It's gonna grow just like a plant.
That's like that.
It's gonna grow all like a forest.
Yeah, you're gonna be in the middle. Nobody can see you.
You can't see your way through it. You be peeping. You can't see your way through it.
You still can't see him. Good looking, E. That's exactly what happens. So let's stop letting the bullshit. Like, no, yes, I understand that's society today, church, but that should not be the society today because I'm not trying to have my daughter twerking and she get no. I'm spanking her at the age of 30. I don't care. Mm-hmm. I would ride right down to my shoe on that motherfucking Jeep door. Say something.
Right, K Boogie.
Eric, you always have props too. You always have props.
Pull this shit out of nowhere. My whole plate.
Yeah. I got y'all. I got
a lot y'all overlooking tonight, man.
What? What we overlooking, church?
It ain't even no need for me to go there because every time I try, don't nobody hear me.
All right, you know what? We listening. All ears on church.
You ain't listen all night. Why would you listen now?
I think they heard you. Church.
You just don't agree with it.
They're in denial. They're in denial.
I'm letting. You know what? Guess what? You know we're right. You're right. Let's adapt to society's twerk world, right? And let's just go out there.
You already have.
Let's start twerking with them. You know what? Nah. Let's do this. When we go out now, we married. Let's go with some tight pants and slang our dicks all around the camera. Let's swing that motherfucker everywhere. And they better shut the fuck up. If I go outside swinging my dick, somebody get hit with the motherfucker.
Where's the beep beep? Where's the beep beep? Where's the beep beep?
I don't hear nothing. Bop.
Where's the beep at?
Right, church? That's what we allow. We're gonna allow this.
Leap them, E.
I ain't got that. I know that's right.
That's what I do. The more you twerk, I'm a fucking all day long.
Yeah, beep all day. Spooky.
Yeah,
look what Drunk put. Look what Drunk put. His last one. Females already saying that if you don't allow your girl to have an OnlyFans, you're insecure. Stuff getting spooky. Yeah, and a lot of men agree with these women. A lot of men agree with these women
because they adapted to society. You want us to adapt? We can adapt. Let's do it.
Hey, look! Just yesterday, I seen a 16-year-old girl put that up there when her mama took her school pictures, and she was like 15 years old, 16 years old. I just seen that same statement right there that you talking about. The girl addressed her mama on Facebook and called her mama a fan. She said, yo, you taking pictures of me acting like you a fan or something. Same thing. But you ain't hearing me, though.
But no, we heard you.
You ain't hear me.
Like, we hear you with that. I agree with that.
You slapped my whole face off and said, you still my little boy. And I could have been 35 and said it.
But that's what I'm saying, Chick. I hear you. I said my daughter can be 30 years old. She out there twerking. She get her butt spanked. I said it's unacceptable. You were arguing like it's acceptable because it's the society tonight.
I think y'all were just doing a lot of talking. Y'all just weren't hearing one another.
Well, am I right?
I heard both of you. I heard all of you.
Did he not say it's society today So why not? Pretty much, why not join the motherfucker? It's okay.
Yeah, I didn't even know what time your wife gave you pizza. I saw it all. I saw it all.
She like K Boogie was like she feeding him to calm him down.
Spooky, boy. Getting spooky, boy.
Your arm was about this high. I remember your arm about this high when you reached.
Hey, yo, look, I'm gonna tell you something. She bought me Krispy Kreme too, but I ain't want y'all to start opening y'all mouth while she bought me Krispy Kreme too. I let her go ahead and take that in the kitchen because I knew y'all was gonna start that food.
You know the kids who come on.
Yo, I would have did that one. I would have did that. I would have like.
Exactly. I told you something. Hey, you right, drunk stuff getting spooky, boy.
Wilding out. Y'all guys are crazy. So listen, fellas, it's okay to twerk now. It's okay. Everybody twerk and everybody swing their thing. Church says so.
Find your wife that know how to twerk on IG.
Nah, really.
Listen, twerk like that when I walk in the bedroom. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What I'm really saying is society has made it so acceptable or so susceptible now that guess what? You basically getting the same thing in the world. By the time you get to the bedroom or behind closed doors, there's nothing to really offer. It's kind of like you already gave me the best thing you had to offer before we even get to this point.
And you gave it to the other people that's watching.
And you gave it to the world too. Exactly.
But you know the main thing. You know the main thing about that, twerking and all that is not what's keeping the relationship.
That's right.
That's just a piece to the puzzle that is okay. You got twerking, but it's not what makes the relationship.
Those aren't even the type of women that niggas are really making their wives.
No,
that's not what creates the real family.
No.
To be honest with you,
matter of fact, she's talked about more for who she is. Although, you probably done slept with her or whatever.
To be honest with you,
and I'm not saying twerking leads to sex.
Why not?
I'm not saying that. Please don't get.
Why not?
To be honest with you, a lot of Generation Zs are not choosing these women. But a lot of our generation is choosing these type of women. A lot of millenniums are choosing these type of women. I'm looking at it in a statistical matter. We are choosing these type of women. These Generation Z dudes, the 25,
that's why the relationships and all the failed marriages and the stuff you talking about. Yeah, that's how it's built, bro.
They doing that because they playing games.
Yeah.
That's how it's built. It was never.
That's how it used to be back in the day, playing games.
It was never built on anything that was really foundational.
No,
and
it ain't no foundation.
Failed marriages and a lot of the failed relationships are failed because of these same manipulative, scheming and scamming millennials showing up, doing the extra, all the crazy stuff, and guess what? Now niggas is in other places and doing other dumb stuff, so it creates problems for them in the near future. I'm telling you.
I agree with that, but all I'm saying is that a lot of these young men, they're making right decisions right now because they understand we in that mindset that, these young men are looking at us on YouTube and Instagram, whatever, and seeing how many mistakes we made in our lives. And they're saying we cannot do that. And they see the women. I talk to these high school kids every day. I talk to these kids that's in college every day. And they be saying, yo, whatever my uncle went through, my father, my mom, my dad went through, I'm not going to go through that. I'm not going to go through that stuff, making bad decisions. I'm not going to go through, I'm making so much money, I got to bend over time,
bro.
I got to bend over for a woman
right now. I got a family member right now making crazy money. He raising his child.
Right.
Guess what? He doing what you talking about right now. But guess what? At the same time, he's still not happy. He's still looking for love. He's looking for intimacy. He's looking for that one. Sometimes you can get out here and you can think because you know you got this money and you can get this woman, you can get that woman, and you can do this and you can do that. Guess what? At the same time, he looking at the fact I'm raising my kid here. I can't allow my child to see me got this woman or that woman or this and that here and there and all this and that kind of stuff. People aren't content with that because that's not real. It's not reality. You'll find yourself doing that till you 50, 60 years old, and then you wake up 60 years old and you by yourself. Let's be realistic.
Yeah, but you by yourself, but you rather be by yourself than people taking shit from you. See, in my opinion, I shouldn't even say my opinion because
the fringes of the dating world. I'm telling y'all, the men are not in control, and the reason is because whenever
we got a lot to lose. We have a lot, way more to lose.
Yes, the 20 Simps that were 30 years. So it's okay. See, this is why the simp is brought up. Like you said, it's okay to be a simp. Okay, simping on. But it's always consequences to people's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If you become the simp, right? It's a group of men who want probably like a traditional woman or just want the woman not to be twerking on social media. There's a group of men who want that, right? And we're trying to enforce that because we're not trying to have our daughters do that. We're trying not to go down the generational path of bullshit, right? Yep. So then, when you enforce it, there's another safety net for women to do that also. Is the safety net of the simps. And the safety net of the simps is, I'll let you do what? Go ahead and twerk all on the social media. I'll jerk off to it too. You understand what I'm saying? It's okay. So now there's women gonna continue down that cycle, and now I gotta worry about my daughter because influence is everywhere, twerking all over the goddamn place, or no men being respected regardless. The more you disrespect something, the more down the line it's going to be disrespected. Because everybody's going to keep doing the same thing, hold on to the same type of fashion, because that's what it is. Twerking is the fashion. It's a matter of fact, here's the question for y'all right now. Boom. What would you consider twerking a sexual dance? Let's not be no bullshit.
Without a doubt. If anybody think that's not a sexual dance, I can't even have a discussion with it.
I want to hear it out of your mouth.
Man, listen, let me tell you something.
Oh, here we go.
It even talks about this in the Bible, man. Women was presenting themselves before kings in biblical times, man. The same thing.
We not in biblical times.
Been going on from the beginning.
We are not in biblical times. We in Babylonian times. We in Babylonian. You know that you as a spiritual man, you know that we in Babylonian times.
Wasn't there a ceremony for women to tempt the king, for the king to find a wife or something? Wasn't it like that? That was the dance of a seduction. Wasn't it? No, sir. No dancing of the seduction for the kings.
I had a Generation Z woman tell me today that
and the reason why they had a poll to get the men horny, so they can pick and choose them to get their load on. So if my wife is out in public, hold up, man. If my wife is out in public twerking on a Jeep, to me it's like, oh, who do you want to fuck you tonight? That's over at that gas station.
You got to look at this. You got to look
in a sexual manner.
You got to look at it this way, Savage. Your question is said, will you consider twerking a sexual dance?
Yeah.
I say that you have to look at who's doing it. Reason why I say that, because if you look at an adult, they're going to look at it from a sexual standpoint. But if you go to a basketball game, football game, and you seeing kids do it, then it's not, to me, from a sexual standpoint. When you see 9-year-olds, 10-year-olds, 11-year-olds,
let me tell you something. I'm sorry to tell you, still grooming them in fashion before that.
I'm saying, in their mind,
for that in the near future.
In their mind, they're looking at that as being cute. but it's Let me finish.
Cute about that.
Let me finish. In the beginning, those 9, 10. Hold on. Hold on. In the beginning, those 9, 10 year, 11-year-old gonna look at that as, man, I'm going hard, I'm cute, this and that. But as they get older, now it fades into, let me see how that applies in the bedroom, because I remember how we did it. Oh, I'm about to hang up because you're gonna put something in my face that I ain't used to seeing. I ain't used to seeing that. So you got to look at it. If you look at it, twerking as all being a sexual dance, every time you see a child, you're gonna see sex.
No.
And I don't want to create that image.
Who is raising these kids? You got to look at who's raising these kids. Even when we were growing up in the 80s and 90s, things were sexually charged. But at the same time, your mom and dad will be like, or auntie, grandmother will be like, you better stop that shit. Today, look, today, the girl is gonna the mom more than likely is gonna be like, go ahead, girl, this and that and third. You talking about 30, 20-something-year-old women with these 11-year-old kids today. This all sexual. They sexualize. Dwayne Wade is sexualizing his son. These people are sexualizing their own child.
Let me retract myself. Okay. I do look at all the dances as sexual, but not all the individual that's doing the dance. The act is sexual, but not the individual.
When it comes to a child, I don't even think about that shit. What I think about is, why the hell are they doing it? Because as an adult, that isn't an adult dance.
Because society says cute. Society says
a young child doing that adult dance.
Hey, Savage, how many women we know that we look at them, we be at their house chilling, we look at them, we be like, why your son, you know, especially when they're back in the day, whatever, why your son and daughter doing that? And she said, what's wrong with that? You know what I'm saying? She said, what? She said, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. They were like, why are you letting your daughter do that? And then they get mad at you, they get angry at you. They get angry at you.
I don't want to put this in the same sentence, the twerking and my mama, but my mom been trying to call me, so I didn't call my mama back.
Got the word you up here, boy. She done got the word.
I was hoping you didn't say mama was twerking, bro. I was like,
she been blowing up my phone.
All right, bro.
And she think
somebody done shared the show, man. It's all over kids to eat. You in trouble.
They had to go to our house. She don't even get on social media.
Right?
She don't even text. So I know she ain't on social
what
media.
Y'all don't understand is E is a former celebrity, man. He never told y'all that. He used to be a dancer, man.
No, that is not OnlyFans. Savage, he know.
Singing, right?
Hey, Savage, he's on OnlyFans over there.
Let me tell y'all something now. Hey, E.
Hey, I was just guessing.
Tell them how they was running you down.
Yeah, but I had to.
Running you down in the stadiums and stuff.
I wasn't accepting that. I wasn't accepting that, man.
Was they twerking for you? Were they twerking
I wasn't accepting it.
Were they twerking for you, E?
You know, we was called the Fabulous Playboys, but that was just a title.
He was simping, man. He was simping. He was simping them.
Bring that back.
Hey,
he was simping them.
Hey, the next time you talk to Anthony, ask Anthony what type of person I was in the group, and he'll tell you I was just a dancer. I wasn't all about the stuff, the aftermath. He'll tell you that.
Hey, listen to me, man. Them boys were celebrities. What's the name of the group again?
Playboy. What? He's the pimp named Slickback.
Boys to Men.
I know. What was the name of the group, please, sir?
What was the name?
Oh, my mama called me.
What was the name of the group, please, sir?
I want to hear it.
What was the name of the group? All I know, Fabulous what?
Do y'all want to play and with boys?
What?
Fabulous Playboy.
Hey, man, you hear him, don't you?
What? What? And they was twerking for him. It was twerking for him too.
So now you see how he found God, right? Now we see how he got back to the church.
But that
Oh,
was
look, he
that's
lost
not
the
my-
words. He's a loss of words right now.
See, that was a local celebrity. You don't know
y'all
my,
was hey, they was packing stadiums. Ask them how many people will be at the Prison Stadium when they do the show. Ask them how many seats did it fill. How many seats in the stadium, E?
Had I been for the Lord, I wouldn't have not had another bitch come into my life.
Oh my God.
How many get seated in the stadium, man? How many people were seated in the stadium?
Oh
Hey,
no, don't hide now, baby.
Ask them how many women would be in the crowd in this stadium, man. It wasn't no empty seats. A baseball stadium, E.
Now we get into the nitty gritty. Now we get into the nitty gritty. Now we get into
look. After we performed, we got in the van and went home. I had homework.
Ask them how many would be chasing them to the van.
How many did your homework?
I had homework. We got in the van.
Did your homework for you?
We kept it business like.
How many did your homework for you? Yeah, boy.
Oh my God.
He done started back. Hey, look. He done started back blushing like it was 1992. Look.
Yo,
look at his
he's
cheeks.
blushing.
Look at his cheeks.
He blushing like he I'll be short on light skin. That's how he blushing. I'll be short light skin.
Nobody say that now, nothing like you say that now, nothing.
Hey, look, he had to put on his glasses, didn't he?
Well, we all got glasses that we put on for what we did back in the days, you know. I can honestly say that the name of our group did not represent me.
Okay, I'll go for that.
I can honestly say that.
I go for that. No. But I also know when y'all used to step out there and they say your name, them girls used to scream. Can you go for that?
I accept to that. Yes.
I don't think you applying yourself, Smokey.
I got some mood now.
Oh, yeah?
Off the hook.
That's
and look, he's still blushing.
Man, I gotta call my mama. Hey, guess what my mama keeps saying to two of the guys in the group, Tony and Bobby. Every time she see them, she said, "Y'all still haven't gave me my Fabulous Playboy shirt."
Oh,
she still want her t-shirt.
Bring that back, man.
So she accepted me being in the group. She just did. My mama knew that I want that type of person. See, it wasn't about the name. It was just about, being cool guys in the local community. Now,
you know this, man.
I can't speak for the other guys. That's them to tell their own story.
And look, I know why you can't speak. They secrecy is with you too, E.
Yeah.
Don't never tell nobody.
Hey, but there's one thing you don't know about my celebrity. One thing you don't know. You wouldn't be able to guess in a million tries. I was on the Wheel of Fortune.
Really?
Yep, back in 1998, I was on Wheel of Fortune. The actual
Can
TV.
we see that on YouTube?
Say that.
Can we see that on YouTube?
Can you see on YouTube? No, it was so far back. I don't think they had YouTube.
They got everything on YouTube. Everything.
I'll try to find. I know. I got the VHS tape.
Man, you got to go way
They got
back.
shit that I did. I don't know who put the recording on. They got shit I did in 94, 95. So they got shit on YouTube. I swear to God.
I was on Jerry Springer.
They got everything.
I was on Jerry Springer one time.
Oh, my battery about to go dead too.
I can see you on Jerry Springer.
We about to end it out, and we get to the
man, I gotta go, man. I gotta go to Walmart. You know, I'm in the country. We ain't got 24 hours.
I hope I didn't get you in trouble again, church. I hope I didn't get you in trouble because you know they can't stand Savage in his ways.
Can't nobody get me in trouble. She with me, baby.
Because ain't no sunshine when she gone. Ain't no
do that twerk. Do that twerk again. Do that twerk. Do that twerk, church.
Hey.
Twerk, yeah. Since you accepted twerk for twerk for.
Hey, do it. Hey, do it like Eric used to do it.
Oh, you like when they twerking?
No, that ain't what they talking about.
You like when they twerking?
That ain't what they talking about.
Oh, you like twerking, huh?
Oh, you like twerking, nickel? You like twerking, nickel?
Yeah. Yeah. What a bell.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you like this. My mama called, and I'm gonna have to call y'all back.
All right, fellas. That's another episode. I appreciate y'all for coming out, man.
Yes,
until next time. That was a good one.
Go get your donut, man. Go get your donut.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is another episode of The Crown. Good Talk with the Kings. You know what I mean? Yeah, today was about, simping ain't easy, but somebody's got to do it to ruin the community for twerkers to twerk. That's, I guess, the new society and how it works. So that being said, I have to play my shit. That's exactly what I motherfucker do. Here we go. Let me give you one of these.